I don't wash my when we travel. Like I refuse to do that. And so
I'm not gonna wear a condom.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm on vacation. I'm not here to take a bunch of showers and stuff.
I got time, baby.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Careful Boy. What's up?
Whoa, whoa.
Who wants to get this for a gift? You get a gift. You get a gift.
Wow.
What do you have to win to get that gift?
And this is the part where you tell people to smash that like button or something.
Hey guys, if we're bringing you value to your life, go ahead and smash that like button. It'll really help us out tremendously.
Or if we're devaluing your life, just do it, cause like, we
We need the likes.
the algorithm, dude.
Argument, dude.
It's a fucking algorithm.
We just need it.
That's by the balls, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of
and then
algorithm,
just leave a comment. You don't even have to actually say anything. Just leave something. Just I don't know. Just just comment.
ASDF.
so you been having ulcers?
Yep.
Wait, that's for real?
Yep.
What kind of ulcers?
What the heck, really?
I didn't know it was an ulcer. Remember? Okay. Last JK News, we had a little trip to the 7-Elevens, and I had a big bag of chili lime sunflower seeds.
Yeah, you ate the whole thing.
Dude, I was eating that shit for 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
That might have been the problem.
And toward the end, my stomach started fucking throbbing, and I was trying to get through those last episodes. And then when you guys left, I was on that couch right there going like, what's happening?
Oh no.
And I had no idea.
I didn't know what it was. And then I was talking to Hannah about it, and she goes, I think you have ulcers. And I'm like, no way, that's an old man disease.
Right.
What exactly is an ulcer?
It's basically like a canker sore, but in your stomach.
Oh,
And so then you ended up getting, I had an ulcer when I was younger, actually. Then you end up getting internal bleeding in your stomach, and you for sure know when you get black stools, aka blood in your poop.
did you eat a whole bag of sunflower seeds too?
No, but this was a time where I was like doing like sales, and I was really stressed out all the time. So I would like drink my problems away like almost every night, and then I would also before like going out to like sales office, my fucking shitty ass diet at the time, I always got like a Slim Jim beef stick, a Rockstar energy drink, and then powdered donuts at the gas station.
I ain't even eating like that, and I get an ulcer.
Buddy.
But you had sunflower seeds
all
though.
that stuff.
But that did that cause your ulcer, or did you already have it?
I think it activated it because I had a similar stomach ache like maybe a week ago.
A week
But it-
before the sunflower seeds.
Yeah, but it was just like, it wasn't that bad. So it was just like, oh, I probably just ate something. It's like, you know, when you get a little stomach pain, you don't go to the ER. You just go, ah. But I don't even actually know if I really do have had an ulcer. It's just, what does an ulcer feel like?
He's like, I had ulcers. Wait, what's an ulcer
Over
again?
the phone, and you're just like, I think I have ulcers now. That's what happened? Okay, that works.
Did you have black stools or anything?
I did have bleedy shit like a week before that.
You literally just have like a sharp kind of pain or cramp in your stomach, and it's like fairly consistent, and then it's also spiked in pain if you like eat like spicy food or like things that helped me feel better was like drinking like milk.
Oh, wow. No, I drank like some hot tea. But what it felt like is my whole stomach was like ballooning, and then the top felt like someone had a stomach in their hand, and then they're going like squeezing it.
Yeah, it might be an ulcer.
Okay.
Because it's different from antacid or like an acid reflux though.
I've had heartburn. It wasn't heartburn.
Were you like stressing a lot before this?
I don't know. But then Hannah goes, you do this thing where you go through tremendously stressful things, and in the moment you're not stressed out. But months later, when it's time where like things are all good, then your body like reacts to it.
7-Eleven run today, we'll get you some milk.
All right. I'm allergic to milk. But that was a week ago,
Goat
dude.
milk. Go get your goat milk.
Yeah, kefir.
Goat milk. Yeah, almond milk?
No.
Sunflower seed milk?
Yeah, I want to get those sunflower seeds now.
Damn.
So when I went back, the next day I was like, fuck this. I'm just gonna fast and like run 6 miles and shit.
Did that help?
It did. It felt really good. And I just ate like very small portions. And then the next day I was chill. I was just eating like food, whatever. And I ate like a bomb ass carne asada steak I made. I grilled it myself. It was so delicious. It was like 14 ounces because I have it in my tracker. And then after I ate that, I sliced up some apples and I put some leaking powder on that motherfucker.
Come on.
It was so good.
That's heaven right
That's
there,
your
brother.
style.
That's what I like.
And I got a crazy stomachache after that.
What I did. So I went to a doctor when I got my ulcer, and then that's how I was like, the doctor was like, "You have an ulcer." I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit!" I thought that was an old man disease.
Yeah.
And one, it was like it's more than likely stress induced.
Yeah.
So
that was what happened to my dad when, around.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you definitely
Stress.
got to like think about whatever's stressing you out type shit. And then two, he prescribed me, even though it was an OTC thing, it was Prilosec OTC, over the counter, like a thing that literally just stops acid creation in your stomach, which means that you can't be eating like crazy processed things that
Yeah.
like need the acid to break it down, but it'll stop the acid development in your stomach and then let you kind of heal, because like you literally have holes on the inside of your stomach, and the acid just keeps on burning it and keeping it open, like a wound on the inside that can't heal.
Did you take a test to see if you had, or like? you just
I
said-
went in because I didn't know what it was. He just asked me about my symptoms,
Yeah.
and then after that, I was like, "Do you have black stools?" And I was like, "What's that?" He's like,
Black poo-poo?
Literally black poop because there's blood in it. Went home, took some shits. I was like,
Oh,
"Fuck."
It's black.
Yeah, I have ulcers,
Damn.
and it was like, it's also when maybe it was also because I was younger and the idea of getting diagnosed something like that.
Yeah, it's like old man shit.
Disease, but really it's just like it's just a thing that is totally fixable and people have it, but you just gotta like get checked also in your mental lifestyle. Like, damn, I've been stressing out.
Yeah.
How do you regulate stress?
At the time, I thought it was like eat whatever the fuck I want and just like
Yeah.
drink,
Right.
which is like the total
not the best
wrong
way.
thing to do.
But I get more stressed when I'm in pain.
Oh,
So it's like you regulate stress, but then you're stressed out because it hurts,
But like,
and you're like, what the fuck?
The older version of me today is like, oh, dude, like it's funny. It's like when you fast or when you start working out, and then like you feel better, and you think that you're doing righteousness to your body, therefore you can attack all your other problems a little bit easier too. I think those things help out. And then I think once you also already are in the mental state of like rehabilitation, when you're like, I'm gonna drink more water, I'm not gonna eat these you like, it's not placebo because you're actually doing it, but you start like tricking yourself into thinking like, I'm doing good things for myself.
Mindfulness.
Yeah. Mindfulness.
Good reframe.
So I asked ChatGPT if I actually do got ulcers or could it be anything else, and then like they just gave me a bunch of different things that it could be, and how the doctor is gonna test, and I was like, all right, cool. So that motherfucking stomach shit like hurt really bad, took me out for a couple hours, and then the next day I was fine. But then the day after that, it happened again. I'm like, it's happening way too frequently. So I went to the urgent care, and I was at urgent care. I was like, basically, right before I met the doctor, I said, I probably got ulcers. These are my symptoms. And it sounds like they do what's called the H. pylori test. It's like a breath test. And that's the bacteria that causes ulcer. So if you have an overgrowth of that, that's what makes you get ulcers. And then when I was talking to the nurse tech, they were like, okay, cool, yeah, we do those tests there. And then so talked to the doctor, and then he came back, he goes, actually, my bad, we don't do these tests here. And I'm like, okay, so
My bad is crazy from a doctor.
it was the nurse tech or whatever, you know. And then so I was like, okay, cool, then they can just write me up and I can go to the lab and get it done. Finds out in Hawaii, it's not like here. So like here we got hella labs that you don't need a doctor to recommend. You just go in, you get blood work, you could check your tests, you could do, lab court, shit like that. Out there, you need to have your doctor write an order. So you go there on their recommendation to get this shit done.
Wow.
Over here, I could pay $100 and get it done and see if I got the bacteria or whatever. Yeah. So they're like, yeah, I gotta be your primary caregiver. And I was like, but I don't have that here. I was like, I'm out here for like 3 months. I don't know like how that's gonna work. And they're like, oh, okay, well, I'm not gonna charge you for today's visit because can't really do nothing. So I'm like, what the fuck? Damn. All right, so they can't do anything. Because I'm like, I don't wanna take hella antibiotics if I don't even know, if that's the actual case. They can't diagnose me. So I was like, all right. So I looked online and I found, have you guys heard of like telemedicine? It's just basically like you could do a consult with a doctor, right?
That's the one I had where the doctor was falling asleep.
Yeah.
Dude, mine fucking ghosted on me.
No way.
Yeah, so I found one.
Turned the
Like,
camera on, walked away.
he didn't even show up.
Back.
Oh, wait, message.
What up, guys? Come join our Patreon because there's hundreds of videos dating all the way back to 2019.
That's right. If you click on the link down below, you can join our Patreon, join us on the Discord, come chat with us directly, have a fun conversation.
And this will help support the channel's growth and new ideas. And also tap into our closer community by joining our Discord and get the opportunity to suggest video ideas like the ones you've seen. Thank you guys. Join our Patreon, help us out. Thanks.
See you guys there. Say hi to me. That fool. So we were supposed to meet at like 7 p.m. on the same day, and then I specifically looked for a place that can write me a lab order, and then I can take that and then go get lab work done. And at 7 o'clock, I was waiting, 7:30, just chilling, and then I get a text and say, "Can I talk to you in the morning?"
What?
And I was like, "Fuck this motherfucker, dude."
Hawaii shit right there.
Is he Hawaii
We're not
dog?
even from Hawaii. He's like he's the East Coast or something.
It's like what happens on ZocDoc a lot, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, I want a refund. Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
And then I found what you call it, like an urgent care that has a lab attached, confirmed that they do the test. I called ahead, so I was like, I'll show up in the morning. I went in, I filed out all the like paperwork and whatever, and then they look at my thing and then they go, oh, we can't take you in. And I'm like, why not? And they're like, your insurance, it's not our state. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I got a Nevada state insurance and I'll pay cash, I don't care. They're like, oh, we don't take cash. And I'm like, you guys are urgent care. You guys are urgent care. How do you not take
They
cash?
charge insurance if it's over $10,000. That's what a fucking bullshit racket it is.
So well, also my dumbass too, like I should have PPO, which is like I could go to different states, get it, I don't have to go to my primary or whatever. But I was like cheapy on the insurance too, because I'm like, I never go to the doctor.
Right.
So what I have to do is call my fucking doctor that I never met in Nevada
To write you an order?
to give me a recommendation for another doctor while I'm living in Hawaii, so then I can meet them.
Such a
and then-
racket.
Bro.
Just so they can overbill insurance.
Nice, yeah.
So that's why I was like, man, I don't know about, should I even keep paying insurance? Because I'm paying like almost $1,000, and it's not even the most expensive one.
Give me communist healthcare. I don't give a fuck. Sorry, Bart. Give me communist healthcare.
Communist healthcare.
No, I've been thinking about it. I actually think fucking socialized medicine is kind of cool, actually.
For sure. It's the most effective compared to what we got out here, man.
Yeah, because in the UK,
With medicine.
like, you could just walk in. You don't even have to be a fucking citizen.
Yeah, it's lit.
My buddy had a stomach ache, has shit in his guts, and he just walked in, and then they took care of him.
You're like, wow.
Instead of like showing that you had insurance, can't you just be like, I'm homeless, and then you're urgent care and they have to take care of you?
Well, it's an urgent care clinic, so it's a for-profit place, right? So like, here's the weird hack. Like, if I was just walking into a hospital, an emergency room, dude, the fucking nurse tech even told me that. He goes, I don't know if I should recommend this, but if you go into a emergency room and really show that you're really in pain, like they'll take care of you, and they'll probably do the test for you there. But I'm like, I'm not really that fucked up though. An emergency room is like,
Nurse tech's like,
expensive. I know.
You gotta sell it.
Up, yeah.
that fucked up.
When I was in there with kidney stones, when I was like 24 or some shit like that, my first time getting it, I remember I was in there and my dad's like, look, he's really, really in a lot of pain. They're like, well, we got a long wait or whatever. And then the pain was so bad I started projectile vomiting. Like, just my body was just trying to shed everything to get rid of the pain. And they had to just grab buckets and they're grabbing me and like, then they took care of me. But it was only until then. They were just like, yeah, gotta wait, sorry, big wait.
It's insane.
Wow.
Was that in San Diego?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to go
Just
to.
starts like taking shits all over the floor.
Yeah, it takes that kind of behavior, yeah.
Get attention.
Is there a Kaiser type situation in Hawaii or no?
Yeah, that's what my friend does.
Kaiser Mama.
He has Kaiser because it works for all locations.
Yeah.
But I just don't. It's kind of what do you call it? Like, if you don't have it set up already, then it's like you already got a stomach ache. You gotta call these
Yeah, that's so
motherfuckers,
true.
and then it's like, I'm like, dude, like I don't want to deal with that shit. And I didn't know it was that. I didn't know it was that complicated, to be honest. Like I just didn't know. Yeah.
Fucking nasty.
But I haven't been to the doctor in like 8 years.
And the people who are telling you what to do, they don't know what the fuck to do either.
Yeah, and they
Call the insurance people, they're like, yeah, you can't do that. And then you call someone else, they're like, oh, you can totally do that.
You know what we have to do for Taika's seizure medication? So like, you know how like insurance doesn't work across state? And if some does, it's extremely rare. But then also across some states, some medicines are like controlled substances in other states. So certain states require certain doctors to have certain licenses. It's a pain in the fucking ass. So the easiest way that we found is just to have Taika's neurologist be California based and then prescribe the medicine here. And once a month we have to come here to get the medicine and then go to.
So sucks. Every time we travel,
crazy.
every single time me and Nikki travel, she gets a UTI just about every time. It fucking blows, right?
So she'll be in Costa Rica all fucked up.
Legit.
Damn.
Because I don't wash my dick when we travel. Like, I refuse to do that. And so...
I'm not gonna wear a condom.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm on vacation. I'm not here to take a bunch of showers and stuff. So
I don't got time, baby.
what drives us crazy is that she can't just like have UTI medication because we already know it's very likely to happen. She has to go to a doctor and like has to already have a UTI and like then they'll give her the medication. So it's a joke here.
Yeah.
She can't just take Azo.
Crazy.
So we bring Azo.
Oh, okay.
Like, because we have some left over or whatever, but the shit that really works in like fast, like
Right, yeah.
can't.
Because Azo is just cranberry, basically, right?
Right.
So you know what's the bigger trip though? Is like during this whole process, like I'm calling up family members who work in the medical industry, right? And all of them just go, you don't need a doctor. Oof. And I'm like, what? So he goes, okay. So he's like, this is what they're gonna do. There's only two ways to solve this. Is they're gonna either do surgery and cut you up and then take out pieces of your intestine if you actually have that issue, or they're gonna give you antibiotics. And then he's like, that's all it is. They're gonna nuke your gut. They're gonna do that. And so like, if you want to solve it that way, then that's the way to do it. But he goes like, but there's ways to do it through like supplementation, lifestyle, diet. Huh?
Yakult.
Yakult.
Yeah, dude. That's all you need.
Is the way.
And kimchi. Yakult and kimchi.
And I was like, well, I didn't know that. And he goes, yeah, but the thing is, it's always coming off as like crackpot science to a lot of people because it takes a lot of fucking work to figure out what works for that individual. So he's like, what has to happen is like you have to go through so much trial and error, and no one can actually go through that. That's why it doesn't work.
Everyone at the hospital is like, oh, we gotta run these tests. Oh yeah, you gotta talk to this other guy. So they're just passing the buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fail-proof in traditional medicine is because it's harder to get someone compliant to like a lifestyle. It's easy to just cut them up and then just be like, that's fail-proof.
Here's some pills or whatever.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah. And
Are
I was
any
like,
of your family members GI specialists or close to
nah,
it?
no more like, not like that.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
What an uplifting video.
I know.
So comment below if you have a history of stomach ulcers or a history of nausea.
And let us know, like,
healthcare
let us know how
system
much you hate
like
American
that.
healthcare.
Let's hit up Joe. He might need some help.
Some of your favorite spicy snacks for Joe to try.
Oh yeah, we'll try them on camera.
Top 5 foods to induce a stomach ulcer.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have ulcers anymore. I have probably a SIBO or Candida or something that's fucking up my guts now.
Nikki had SIBO. She can help you with that.
Okay, cool.
You have hemorrhoids still?
Nah.
You know what they do?
Do you have hemorrhoids in your mouth still?
You know what they do to fix your gut? They'll take a little piece of poop from Bart's colon
of that.
and they put it in your colon.
Put it in your ass.
and then they're like, boom.
Yeah.
Hey, you're fixed now.
Don't touch my poop.
Do you still have heavy ED?
I solved it with porn.
With trans porn.